coming up on Date, Delete, Repeat.
Are you the babysitter?
Yeah. The juiciest thing about the date was the strawberries.
Oh.
Gwyneth Paltrow says that it's healthy for your body to have a wee in the shower, so I have a wee in the shower. She was like, it's earth-shattering. Hey guys, welcome back to Date, Delete, Repeat. I'm Danny.
And I'm Alex.
And we basically overshare on all our dating mishaps, misadventures and
Dilemmas?
disasters, I'd say, probably. I've missed you, babe.
I've missed you.
How are you doing? Have you been on any dates?
I've had 2 dates this week and they're both very different.
Okay, let's go. Number one.
Number one, he arrived at my house and opened the door and he chucked a load of sex toys onto the sofa and was like, let's go.
Like, sorry, but do you know this person?
Well, yeah.
So wait,
I mean, does that make it better?
Is this the one that you had like a 6-day date-a-thon, let's call it, with?
Yes.
Ah, so we've got someone who's coming back.
And then there's been like a period of space and now we've got this.
Okay.
So I was actually just chilling at home on the sofa, obviously, in my tracksuit, obviously, just having eaten cheese on toast probably. And yeah, I mean, I looked like a bag of to be fair. Like I had not prepared for a date, put it that way. I was not prepared.
So did he just show up out of the blue?
Body. Yeah.
With, okay.
It was about 10:30 in the evening. I was about ready to kind of like hunker down and go to bed, to be honest.
Well, I'm guessing that's not what happened.
I definitely didn't go to bed.
Oh my word.
Well, I did, but...
So you had a bit of a wild night then,
We
babe.
had a wild night. Do you know what? I actually explored different parts of me that I didn't know really existed.
I honestly, your life, mate.
It's a bit wild, but...
I think if someone showed up at my door and threw in a box of sex toys, I would run a mile.
Really?
Yes.
I was intrigued. I've always kind of thought about doing a few of the things that I tried Saturday, but I've never really felt comfortable enough to do it. But he was like so there with that.
Wild.
That was a very 50 Shades of Grey date night. And I loved it. And the more I explore my own body with someone, the more I want to. The more I want to do more and like push more boundaries and figure out other things I like and dislike. And I think that's a really important thing for women to do and feel that power to explore your body and not be shamed for it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't want to shame you for it, even if I think you're like a bit of a freak.
I'm a freak.
But there's no shaming there for sure.
Yeah,
like, I'm all for you like feeling empowered and being confident in doing these things. It's just so the opposite from what I'm like. I mean, I'm making myself sound really vanilla here. But maybe I am a bit vanilla. Am I vanilla?
I don't know. Are you vanilla? You're wearing vanilla. Sorry, butter yellow. Well, what was your date like this week then? It's going to be the complete opposite to mine, isn't it?
This is so funny.
Okay, so mine was that, and yours is what?
Alex is playing with sex toys, and I'm eating strawberries in the park.
Strawberries in the park?
Yeah.
Did you at least feed each other strawberries in the park?
I did, but I tell you what, the juiciest thing about the date was the strawberries.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
was really, really not
I kind of feel like I
exciting.
want to explore where you got the strawberries, not the man.
Well, I got the strawberries from Bailey and Sage. They're the most expensive strawberries I've ever picked. They were £10.
Babe, have you seen the ones in Harrods?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But no, it was a bit of a weird one because he basically started telling me that he's been in the same job for 13 years. And he basically said that like he'd been in the same role for 13 years. And I was like, oh, have you not wanted to like
move up?
Where do you want to go with it? And he's like, no, I'm just really happy where I am. And in my head, instantly, I was like, this is not going to be a thing. Because obviously I'm always like, I've got 20 different things going on at once. I'm really driven and excited. And this guy is just like plain sailing through life. And yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to start on the fact that he was supposed to be 6'3" and he definitely was like more probably like 6'1".
Oh God, I thought you were going to say he was more probably 5'9". God, no. Heaven forbid he be under 6'1".
No, but it's just like, why lie? Like, I'm obviously going to work it out. Do you know what I mean? And actually, if you're really fun and you've got great chat, it's not going to matter anyway. But it's almost like the ones who are going to have rubbish chat will add 2 inches.
This way or this way?
Well, I don't know. Anyway. Let's get back to sex toys though, because that is way more interesting.
Okay. Do you have any sex toys?
One is a rampant rabbit that I got years ago, and I've never actually used it.
Sorry, what?
I've never used it properly.
What do you mean?
Well, it's quite big and threatening.
It's a classic toy.
I don't have one of my friends, right? She says that when she's going to use her vibrator, she makes like this like ritual out of it. This is actually freaking hilarious. She says that she goes to her room and she puts in hair extensions.
No.
Yeah. She puts in hair extensions and like puts makeup on and sexy underwear for her vibrator and like makes an event of it.
Oh, I love it.
Do you know what though? I do have one that I've used, right? And it's because it was actually a producer that I was working with. It was on location, and this girl said to me, she was talking about a Lelo.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what is that? And she just went, you don't know what it is.
I don't like it.
No man will ever do to you what this thing does to you. And I was like, right. And then she kept going. She was like really selling it. She was like, it's earth shattering. Like you'll have never had an orgasm like this before. And like she went and went and went. So by the end of it, I was like, obviously, I went back to my room and ordered one. And then...
Which one? The clitoral stimulation?
Yeah. And then I got back off my flight and it was like 1 a.m. I was exhausted, but this box was sitting there.
Oh.
And I was like, well, she sold it so hard. I'm going to have to give it a quick try. Oh my God. I turned it on. The moment that it touched me, I was like, what just happened? Like it was instantaneous.
Really?
Instantaneous.
I can't stand it.
So quick that I was like, what's the point in that? So basically I've got my 3 that sit in a drawer and I never touch any of them.
But everyone says this about this toy, that it's like
too
the
good.
best thing. And I can't get on board with it.
It's just too good, I think. I've never actually like tried to use it with somebody. I think maybe if you did that, it might be good. Have you?
No, because I can't stand the toy, full stop.
Okay, well, that's my tiny little drawer of unused toys, really. Okay, so I've heard you say before in the last few years, you've mentioned this box a few times, and I've never really asked you about it because toys like are obviously not really my bag. I did have a rabbit that my housemates bought me once when I broke my leg. They were like, this will keep you occupied.
They're not wrong.
Yeah, to be fair, it did at that point, yeah. I don't know why I've gone off them. Weird. Do you not find that men are a bit intimidated if you have like toys? Like I would like a lot of the vibrators that you can find out there are larger than most average men's willies.
How do you know that?
Well, I've seen a fair few.
How many penises have you seen exactly, Dan?
I don't want to tell the world that, but I'd say a good enough amount to judge.
I'm intrigued. Do you have any fetishes?
I don't think I've got things that like I like, but I don't think I've got fetish. Well, I don't know. How do you work out if you've got a fetish or not?
Well, something that you really like and really want to do all the time.
I always thought it would be like your top 3 Pornhub searches.
What, your fetishes?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never thought of it like that.
So like say if you were going to watch something, what would your top 3 things be that you would watch? Because I'm weird.
Are they your fetishes? Yeah, actually, we had a conversation about yours the other day. Like, yeah, I love it.
It's just a bit random. I think like, yeah.
That's definitely a fetish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Then maybe I quite like.
You don't have to say it.
Okay, fine. Maybe I do have one. What are yours?
I love how prude you get about it sometimes. I don't know if like it's a fetish, but I do like soft bondage maybe.
Oh yeah, I've got that from you.
Not like too much.
Like a little spank?
Maybe a big one.
Yeah, I quite like a little spank actually as well. I once bought someone a whip for Valentine's Day, so
things
that
like
they would
that.
Spank me. Yeah.
Soft bondage, maybe hard if I'm feeling fruity.
I did date someone who actually, I've dated people who've got fetishes.
Yeah, go on.
So I dated one guy for a while who would get really, really like get him going if I got angry.
Ooh.
So he'd like find things to make me angry. And one of the things that he used to do was like, you know, if you take a shower together, he would wee on me. And I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And then he'd get excited, and it's like,
it's called a golden shower.
Yeah, but I don't want it. I don't want it. It's disgusting. And now, whenever someone wees in the shower, I know about it, and I'm like, oh, stay away.
Ew.
Ew. Although I do wee in the shower.
On people?
Just myself.
You golden shower yourself?
No, just like, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow says that it's healthy for your body to have a wee in the shower, so I have a wee in the shower.
Well, in which case, we should all be having wees in showers.
We all want to be more like Gwyneth Paltrow, right? So yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. And then there was another one who really like had a bit of a feet thing, and we know that feet is a no-go for me. Remember I told you I watched that movie?
Oh.
What's it called again?
Girl.
Baby Girl.
With Nicole Kidman.
So I quite like that because I like the control thing. That's got to be a fetish. Like I quite like the idea of
dominance.
Like, yeah.
Dominatrix.
Yeah. And you know, when she's like, she's like in the room and he like puts down some milk and he makes her drink the milk out of the bowl like a pussycat.
I think the way you say pussycat is what makes this worse. So
pussycat.
You would like to be...
I think I could... It would have to be oat milk, but I definitely...
So no cow's milk in the saucer.
No, that's disgusting. But oat milk, yes.
Yeah, and the way actually she's actually told to be put on all fours, and then he even...
So you've watched it since I told you about
Since you messaged me saying, I think the message read, "You need to watch Baby Girl, milk." And I put...
I said, I want to drink milk.
I want to drink milk. And then let me know what you think. Well, I'd already seen an interview of them talking about the show. Talking about the film. So I knew what you were referring to. But she was actually drinking a glass of milk that he'd sent her from the bar. Right?
Yeah.
And then she's put on all fours.
Yeah.
And she actually shies away from it. She's like, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that." And eventually she... I guess succumbs to his power, and she gets on all fours, and he strokes her as if she is like the dog or the cat. And he does say "good girl," and he strokes her head like you're stroking your dog.
I like my head to be stroked. It's so comforting.
What, on all fours?
Well, I've not tried that, but probably.
Are you going to? I feel like you want to try the saucer milk thing.
Yeah.
Just to be clear,
do you know where this
the audience
started?
know though, what we're actually talking about. He puts milk on a saucer. She's on all fours and walks towards it and drinks it from the saucer like
really
a cat.
messy, like blah, blah, blah.
I don't think she's that messy.
It's quite messy. She drinks it. Blah, blah,
okay,
like
well, you let me know how messy it is drinking milk from a saucer when you try it this week.
Do you know where I think this started though? There's a movie, I don't know if you ever saw it. It's quite an old movie called The Secretary. And it was an absolutely banging movie. And he would like put like, she'd like walk around with like her hands tied to like a wooden pole, and she'd have to pick up his mail with her mouth.
Ooh.
And put it on his desk. And for me, that's where that started, because I watched that and I was like, yeah, there's something really, really sexy about that. So taking it back to before the fetishes start, did you, when you were younger, right? I was talking with my mum about this the other day, and she was talking about sex ed at school.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mum, I didn't get any sex ed at school.
Did you go to private school?
Not when I was young.
I went to an all-girls school, and I feel like sex education is just completely outdated. Well, it was then. I don't know what it's like now.
But like you got it. Like I got zero sex ed.
You didn't really get like it
no,
was.
It
was
didn't
about
even
showing you how to put a tampon in.
God, my mum did that for me the first time.
My mum taught me about sex toys and having sex and it being consensual and what's good and what's not good and what you should and shouldn't be doing and saying no, and like no one taught you any of that at school. You just learn about how to put a tampon. That's actually all I remember, is how to put a tampon in, which I already knew.
It sounds like your mum did quite a good job of telling you like what was going on though. Like I'm not sure I think the same much from anyone.
Same with contraception, you know, I think it's not talked about enough. And if you are sexually active, then you should know that there is ways to prevent STIs, ways to prevent pregnancy, all of those things. But I come from a very open family where, my mum taught us those things. And people used to go, people I went to school with used to go to my mum and ask her about things.
Did they?
Because she was able to talk about it comfortably and give advice. Good
God.
advice.
The only people that would come to me to speak to my mum the only people that would want to speak about my mum at school were all the boys, because mum was like the hot mum at school, and she always wore her thong like above her jeans, and she'd come and pick me up from 90s. School, and I'd be like, Mum, and literally like I had braces, I was sporty, I was fat, and I'd get boyfriends because they just want to come home and hang out with my mum. Literally,
your mum sounds fit.
They even sung Danny's mum's got it going on. Yeah, mum is quite fit, to be fair.
See, I have a few. I had like growing up. I had like some of the boy mates of mine fancy my mum, and then throughout my whole life, everyone's always fancied my dad.
Yeah, my dad gets it as well. My dad loves the attention. And what I find really funny about my dad is on my whole life, when we've gone on holidays, he always has like gay men approach him, and
my dad too.
He loves the attention from them.
So does mine. He literally loves it, but my dad like loves, believe it or not, colour. Like maybe that's where I get it from, is that I love colour too. Like their house is colourful, his clothes are colourful, and yeah, he always attracts attention from gay men.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think when you're from a tiny village in Scotland, you're like, oh my God, everybody wants me when I'm out in the big world. So nowadays, everybody goes, I guess like where you'd get sex ed nowadays is probably just like online, but then kids quite young start looking at porn, don't they? And that's where they're going to get it from. And that's messed up, because they're going to go straight in.
Well, this is what's, I think, really damaging, that like for people with young men and young girls, is that I think there's a blurred line between what actually a woman or a girl wants and what sex should be like for the first time. The way I look in the world, I see the world, it definitely doesn't seem to be any education around safe sex. Okay, so there's also fantasy. We've got fetish, we've got fantasy. Have you got a fantasy?
Do you know, I don't, do you sit and fantasize?
I think there's...
like, do people sit and like come up with...
People definitely sit and fantasize. Like me being at home and having the plumber come round. That's some people's fantasies, to be by the plumber. Or someone like the decorator.
Yeah. I think, or
secretaries.
Yeah, I think probably, if anything, it would be like it, because of that secretary movie. For me, it would be like, in an office over the desk or in the office chair or something like that. Like, I think as well, it would be extra exciting because I've never worked a day in an office in my life. I'd be like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, that could be quite fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got any others. I mean, I've kind of done some of them. Like, you know.
Like dress up fantasies?
I haven't really dressed up much. Have you?
I'm not really into dressing up, no.
No, like the character role play thing. Actually, I do like a little bit of like, I like it when someone, like I had an ex-boyfriend who basically would, the sex life died down, right?
Oh.
And he would come home, and I was having a quiet period at work. This is quite a long time ago. And I wouldn't want to do it with him, right? And then he went on my laptop one day and he was like, no wonder you've just been watching loads of porn.
It's really common.
And basically the thing that he saw come up was like the subject, which was like naughty babysitter or something like that. So then he started like trying to act like the people were in the videos that I'd been watching, which actually, to be fair, kept the relationship going probably for a year longer than it would have.
So you positioned yourself as the naughty babysitter. As the babysitter. Are you the babysitter?
Yeah.
And then he's walking in and shagging you.
Maybe.
I love this.
So yeah, that was kind of fun. And then I guess there's like doing naughty things when you travel or like in public. But I've kind of done them all, to be honest.
Have you had sex in an aeroplane?
I've done other things.
Have you even a hand job on an aeroplane?
Maybe.
And a blowjob?
No.
In the seat or in the toilet?
Seat.
What?
It was a quiet flight.
I've never done anything other than maybe have a wank in the aeroplane toilet.
Oh yeah, I've done that kind of
I think everyone does that. I think everyone wanks in aeroplane toilets.
The outside thing I'm kind of like down with, like, you know.
I don't think I've had sex outside.
No? Like, not like over your car, somewhere random?
On a beach, I have, actually.
Yeah, on a beach, on a park bench.
Car. That wasn't so long ago. Actually, yeah, I did have sex in the back of my car. Believe it or not, I drive a Mini and two of us managed to have sex in the back of it. How? I don't know.
No.
But we did.
Actually, my first car was a Renault Clio, and I shared a room for my first year at uni. So my boyfriend at the time and I would go out and get in the back of my Renault Clio regularly. Like all the time. You'd just see like steam on the windows and the hand marks.
Brilliant.
In the art school car park.
So where else have you had sex?
Well, at like stables, golf courses.
They're all really posh
restaurants, toilets, anywhere in the world. Yeah.
The stables is really random.
Well, I rode horses when I was younger, didn't I? It's got to be one way of getting around not getting caught by your parents. Just do it in the stables.
This is brilliant. I'm learning so much about where you like to have sex. So maybe your fantasy would be to be a horse rider.
I am a horse rider, mate.
Well, yeah, true. So it's not a fantasy.
I'm down with the being fed thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What, like all foods? Like a whole like hearty meal, like a pie and chips, or like you want sexy food?
Do I look like I eat pie and chips?
No, true, you don't.
I've not eaten.
Sorry, a carbonara.
No, I've not eaten. I meant actually because of the meat. To be fair, I haven't eaten meat since I was like 6.
It could have been a potato and leek pie.
Yeah. Still not my bag, babes. I love that you eat such hearty food, and I'm like, I love a salad. All I was gonna say is that like it's quite nice being fed like, you know, like strawberries in the park or whatever, but also because I'm obsessed with pizza. Like it's my favorite thing ever. I like being fed pizza.
Okay, that's a bit weird because every time we have sleepovers, I order us pizza.
You can feed me next time.
No. I want to see if I like that.
Yeah, you can, mate. Why not?
Oh, okay, cool.
It's so funny.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Where did you learn to give a blowjob?
Trial and error. Well, I had this friend at uni, and she basically she'd hook up with someone, and they'd always fall in love with her, and it was because she was so good at giving blowies. So she described to me what she did, and I tried it on the next person, and they loved me. So now I just do that, and it works every time.
What is it?
Well, it's just like the technique. I'm not going to describe the technique, so I'll have to make faces and do it. Actually, I know one person who physically blew on it, like, for the first time, which is hilarious.
Like it's one of those dandelion things to blow out a wish flower thing.
Yeah.
Well, this has been interesting.
Hasn't it?
This has been a fun chat.
I think it's probably been more fun for you. I think it's safe to say that I feel I'm a mixture between sweaty, uncomfortable, but I also feel like I've got a little bit of an education, which is always good.
I think it's good because I think it might also open up your mind to maybe trying and pushing a few other boundaries for yourself, which is never a negative. Us women should feel empowered to push up boundaries.
Girl power.
And tell you what we want.
Yes, I think, honestly, Alex, being friends with you, my mind is being opened. And I'm sure everyone else's is as well. Guys, thank you so much for listening. It has been fun.
It's been fun.
Make sure you give us a follow on our socials and subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to send us your wildest dating stories.
They can't be as wild as Alex's. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you tune in for our bonus episode on Friday, where we're going to be talking about your questions and dilemmas.